Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome to a news video. Now, we've got some exciting stuff to go through today, and we've had some new news which has just come out over the past day or so. First off, we have CitizenCon coming up. That is very close now. It's next week, based in Austin in Texas. That's on October the 10th. That will be streamed as well, so we'll all be able to watch that. That'll more than likely be a preview of the 3.3, and we might see some other goodies in there as well. 3.3 is currently with the Avocati players. It's being tested at the moment. It was announced a few weeks ago that they were going to remove object container streaming and move Hurston and also Lorville to a later patch at the end of November. But saying that, they were testing the object container streaming with the Avocatis, and now it looks like that is going to be included in the 3.3 patch, which is great news. What does that mean for us? Well, the object container streaming has a massive bearance over the performance of the game. We're being told so far that players that are playing the Avocati build are seeing a very good performance, which I think is a really good thing because it has been pretty brutal for most of us. In some cases, I'm pretty certain that people have bought packages out there, and because their PCs are maybe not like supercomputers, they are struggling to play the game. Hopefully this will give other people the ability to play the game as well with sort of some lower spec PCs. Really good news. Makes it more accessible for everyone else, so we should see more people playing Star Citizen in the 3.3 build. So let's take a look at some of the other features that we're going to be getting in 3.3 as well. Well, once again, clearly it's the object container streaming, which is great news. That aside, we've got new mission givers as well. We've got some new flight suits coming in as well. We're going to see the introduction of the rest stops as well. These are the stops along the way while you're doing your jumps. So we're going to get the first draft of them. We're going to see a wider implementation of the ship system degradation and upgrading for the modules inside the ships. I know that we can add some modules to the ships currently, but I mean the modules behind the doors. For example, if you look at the Terrapin, you open the doors, you can see there's no modules in some of them doors. We'll now have the ability to add modules in there, which would be really cool. There's going to be some planet-side missions as well, a scramble race mission that you're going to be able to do on some of the planets. They've done a revision of the delivery missions, the ones where you pick up the boxes. That definitely needed doing, because sometimes it did get a little bit frustrating when you put the box on the counter, and if you get it in the wrong spot, it wouldn't accept the mission. So we're going to see some updates there, which is great. Hopefully they've increased it so you make a little bit more money as well. We're going to see FPS combat mission as well, so that's going to be really cool with some AI as well. We're going to see the introduction of asteroid mining as well. We're also going to see improvements to the mining, to the planetary body mining as well, and we should see updates to the UI slightly as well. I'm sure there will be adjustments to the mechanics based off the feedback of mining over the past 3 months. Improvements have been made to the lifts. Anyone who plays Star Citizen, they know about the lifts. They can get very frustrating, particularly when you're at Levski. If you go into the hangar, sometimes you can't get back up the lift, falling through the lift. A lot of issues there. There's been some improvements to the way that the lifts work. We're being assured now that we shouldn't fall through the lifts and hopefully not get stuck in the lift as well. That's great news because that means now we can visit Levski now, and hopefully we would have better performance due to the object container streaming. We're going to see the introduction of pinging and scanning as well. This is the ability to scan. This will give you signature types and other information as well. Arena Commander is receiving some updates as well. We're going to see improvements to the group systems, i.e. this is when you're playing in parties, which is great news because, to be fair, it was pretty primitive before and it didn't always work. So hopefully they've made some updates there. They've added a new Mobiglass and Visor chat system feature as well into the UI, and they've removed the legacy group system interface. We're also going to see improvements to the manned and remote turrets. This is great news because the turrets at the moment are very difficult to aim. They're easy to aim if the ship's not moving, but if the ship's moving, it's very difficult. Any updates to the way that turrets work is going to be great. This is also very important because now we're going to see the introduction of ships with more guns on them, i.e. player-driven guns. So if you've got a ship with maybe 6-man guns, the whole purpose of that ship of having them guns is clearly you want them guns to be effective. So we need definitely to have a aiming system that makes them guns effective. So really looking forward to trying that out, and also that'll drive a lot of cooperative play as well. We're going to see a few kiosk improvements as well along the way to the UIs. On the AI side, we're going to see improvements to the AI behavior as well. And also we're going to see FPS AI as well, which is great news. It's going to be the first draft that we actually see of them. I'm not expecting a massive amount back from this, i.e. this is the first draft, but it's going to be very important for them to get the AI pretty solid in Star Citizen due to the fact that we as a player are 1 in 10 to AI. We don't want them running around and running into walls by any means. Now onto the exciting stuff, because I know everyone likes their ships as well, and there's a few in here I'm really looking forward to. Now the big one obviously in the list there is the Aegis Hammerhead. Once again, like I said earlier, having the ability to fire the turrets in this scenario is going to be quite important. This is going to bring in some really cool gameplay. Really looking forward to flying and also doing a ship review on this ship. I can't wait. We're going to see the Mustang Alpha, the Beta, and we're also going to see the Mustang Delta revision as well. That was a really cool ship. Used to be my favourite ship when we had them Dunfires. Let's see what they've done with the revision. Ship review coming up on that one once it drops as well. And we're obviously going to see the Gamma and the Omega revisions as well. Moving on to one I actually own, which I'm clearly looking forward to seeing as well. I've seen some early videos of the development aspect of it, but there's nothing like seeing the ship in person, and that's the Constellation Phoenix. One of the second ships I actually bought. Really looking forward to seeing that one. Once again, ship review coming out on that one as well. We're going to see the introduction of the Tumbril Cyclone with the AA capability, which is going to be really important later on in Star Citizen, particularly when you're on the planet side. Not just to have AA vehicles, but also to have ground-mounted pods as well, which have AA capability. So this is the first introduction. So this is going to be really interesting as well when you're flying to do a mission and then someone blows you out the sky. Exciting times ahead. We're also going to see the Cyclone RC as well, which is the racing variant. We're going to see the RN, which is the reconnaissance, and also the TR, which is the combat, which basically has just got like a huge MG on the back of it. On top of that as well, we are going to see a few new weapons as well. On top of that as well, we're going to see a new rifle and also some new ship weapons come into the game as well. On the core tech side, we're going to see object container streaming by the sounds of it, which is great news. Some adjustments to all the weapons as well. VoIP and FOIP integration as well. That's where your lips move, so that's going to be interesting. We're going to see some updates to the environment blending shaders as well to make the environments on the planets look nicer. Quite a lot in 3.3 for us to do. I think the performance increase will make it more accessible in general, which is great news. That aside, there's lots for us to be doing for a good chunk of time. Now they have pulled a few bits out. That was the locations. The locations now have been moved to another patch further on down the line, which is 3.3.5, and that will come in the middle of Q4, and then at the end of Q4 we'll then get 3.4. Now clearly the bad news is, out of all of this, is the locations are being moved to a later patch, but I actually think in some ways it's a better thing. I would actually prefer patches every month and a bit than every 3 months, because having this 3-month gap with no content is very difficult, not just for the game as well. It just goes so quiet for so long. Having patches every month and a half, I think that works much better. So I'm sort of quite pleased about that in some ways, because we get a chunk of content we can play now, and then we get a chunk of content in the November period, and then we get another chunk of content at the end of December. So overall, I think it's worked out quite well. It just means we're going to have quite an exciting Christmas this year. So that's everything for me. Lots of new content coming up in the next few weeks once I get hold of the latest patch and I can start doing these ship reviews and also have a look at what's been implemented. And I guess the last thing on the agenda today, if you're looking to join a Star Citizen organization, check out the link in the description below. That's it for me. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.